And anybody that's defending this trash, don't feel free to just hit the dislike button and don't even watch the rest of this video because I've already blocked somebody that watches my channel on my personal Facebook page over this topic. Let's get into it. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, as you guys know, this whole Caitlin Clark situation, I want to say for about the last week or so, they started gaining traction, but it really sparked after this last game where, the play that I showed you guys in the intro. As somebody that is a fan of basketball and used to play organized basketball as a kid, it's really alarming and disgusting to see that there are other people that have played the sport or are just a fan defending this shit. And the first thing that they want to do is say, oh, why are y'all trying to baby her? It's coming off as soft. That was not a basketball play. Let me be very clear. That was not a basketball play. You want to play defense, you deny her the ball. You deny the inbounder from getting the ball. You don't purposely, basically shoulder tackle somebody to the ground and sit over here and say, oh, you just playing good defense. Not to mention, she barked out the B word before that, because I know y'all saw that, and y'all didn't see the part when Angel Reese, centipede build ass, gonna sit up here and get up out of her feet and start clapping and shit when the shit happened. So quit trying to defend this bullshit. Anyway, let's get into it, bro. Before I blow a fucking gasket.
Take. And when I see Kayla, not only because she's good and she got the accolades and all the stats. I mean, look at Michael Jordan. He's great. Why? He's not ghetto and hood and doing all this crazy stuff. Michael Jordan is a showman. He's good at what he does, and he's articulate, and he's a great man. That's why Michael Jordan is one of the biggest basketball players to ever live. And even if you don't like LeBron James still has a level of decorum. He ain't out like, what's the name, getting gun charges and all kind of stuff. LeBron James is a family man. This is what he do. That's why he's so marketable. You see a person that's marketable, and I'll show you a person with decorum, a person who's reasonable, who not hood and ghetto and all this stuff, and they're great players. Come on, bro. It's all day long. They run it up. That's why Caitlin Clark is what she is. But ESPN did a show with, everybody knows Shannon, and then you got Stephen A. Smith, and you got this woman who I don't know her name, and I couldn't care less what her name is, and then you got this one. They got to put a woke one in there to try to challenge everybody. I don't know her name, and I couldn't care less what her name is. But you have to listen to this conversation. Now, if you haven't seen the hit at all, let me give you a video because they're going to go through it.
So the talk of the weekend was the hard foul on the Fever's Caitlin Clark by Sky spoke on the foul.
She just blasted her. That's not basketball, bro. You should see her mouth. See, they didn't show the clip where her mouth. She called her the F and B or something. She cussed at her and then went boom and just hit her and knock on the ground.
It is what it is. I feel like I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate. Just let them hit you.
She turned to you a little bit.
Yeah. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark question.
Ghetto. Just ghetto. Why our young girls gotta be so ghetto? Caitlin Clark get on there. I just do what I got to do. I just accept it. I don't retaliate or whatever. And this is the response from this girl. Why can't you just say, look, man, it's the game. That's what we do. We check broads. But because she wrong, she can't talk on it. Look at her, man. It's just super ghetto. I just can't stand that, man. This is not okay.
Did she say anything?
I don't know what she said.
What's your reaction to the flagrant foul on Clark and then Carter doubling down after with the tweet?
My issue has become the blanket statements when it comes to the league. This play by Kennedy Carter is not a basketball play. The league is physical. And there have been moments like this throughout the history of the league when it comes to rookies. Now, I know that the attention is heightened because it is Caitlin Clark, but if you run the tape back a little bit, there's an elbow prior to that, which I think set Kennedy.
People keep saying this elbow thing. that inverting elbow is not the same as looking at a person saying, you be, and knocking her to the ground. Caitlin Clark went for a rebound and her arm went back like this and somebody took an elbow. What? All right.
Carter off again, not condoning it, but y'all know how it is in sports. You want your opportunities to have get backs. And so I did not like the tweet, but again, we can't act like the premise of the league is not competition.
Monica, I'm going to disagree with you.
Come on, Shannon. Come on, Shannon. Come on, Unc.
I agree that this was not a basketball play.
Oh my.
I agree that I don't know a whole lot about the young lady that committed the act, but I'm not going to take a cheap shot on you just to see if you're tough. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to try to beat you. I'm going to try to do everything I possibly can to make sure that, okay, you're tough enough. I agree with Matt Barnes. A lot of the issue I also have, Monica, is that our teammates. Do you actually think for 1 second I could see you take a cheap shot on one of my teammates and not get you back in the course of the game with a football play? You out your mind. I don't care what it was. I get to jawing back and forth. You want to jaw with me, I'll jaw back at you. But when you take a cheap shot, I believe you step over the line. Now, she said she wasn't going to address anything, Monica, about Caitlin Clark. Well, if you weren't going to address anything in the media session, keep your mouth shut on social media.
I agree with you on that.
Shannon ain't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. The word is resentment.
Racism, too. You forget, Stephen A. It's racism. It's racism. And I'm telling, let me say this. I need the big picture. Let me say this, because black people are not going to say it. It's racism. They are upset that this white girl is getting this kind of shine, because they've been playing all these years and they've been balling, and all of a sudden this white girl gets some Nike contract that's unheard of, and she's the face of the league, and all these black lesbians feel like they've been doing this forever and they deserve their shine, and especially because she white.
Now, I heard him and a few other people say this, so I really want to know what y'all opinion is in the comments. Do y'all think it is racism? I would say it plays a part, but to be honest with you, I don't think that's the main reason why. I think the main reason why has more to do with what Stephen A. is referring to, and I'm going to let him continue saying what he had to say. Let's keep it moving.
She white.
And I'm talking about what I feel about this whole conversation. Nobody said all. Nobody painted the WNBA with a broad brush. We're talking about a young lady that has come into the sport and is contributing to the financial backbone of the WNBA, and simply imploring everybody to see the big picture and how it serves to benefit the whole. And because we brought that up, it's turned into a conversation with resentment, jealousy, whatever. I'm saying, the resentment is legit, but it's also justified if you've been in the league busting your tail to help uplift it, and then somebody comes along and before they play one game, you're labeling them the savior. A lot of people, a bunch of men would feel resentment towards that too. But we bring it up here, and all of a sudden we got to safeguard and couch every little syllable when we're talking about competition, and we're talking about the league, and we're talking about revenue and money and how everybody wants to get paid. What's the maximum salary in the WNBA, Eminem? Isn't that like 241,000 or something like that? Is that the
like
number?
250.
250, right? $250,000. These girls are stars. They're doing commercials now. They're gonna be making dollars upon dollars on Madison Avenue, and they deserve it. We're talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, so let me. I know we got to go to break.
Why that girl got her face turned up?
Because she's a raging feminist. And trust me, as much as I love looking at her, because that's one of the few things that I like about First Take outside of seeing Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. go at it. She's a raging feminist. Like, she's right up there with Malika Andrews and Joy Taylor. You could put all three of them in one boat. I know they say 2 peas in a pod, but in this case, it's 3. Let's keep it moving.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but she looked like she either perplexed at what he said or she disagreed with what he said. I have no idea, but it's clear to me that we keep having this conversation because Caitlin Clark is a boss. I mean, dang, she can't control she white. Them 3-pointers don't matter. Don't care what color you are. She already then broke the record for a rookie coming in, and her team suck. I mean, just imagine if her team was like the most dominant team, and she was just winning games, and they losing every game. I think they won like 1 or 2 games. 2 games now. I think this game they ended up winning. And then Angel Reese didn't even go to the press conference. So she got fined $1,000 or something like that. Just ghetto for no reason, man. Let that white girl shine. And like your race don't care about the 3-point line. Or the 3-point line don't care about your race. Neither does your points per game. So with all the heat she getting, she still didn't broke a record. I think she made 150 points. I saw a number that showed that they have more viewership in the first 5 games than the entire season last year. What's the difference? Caitlin Clark. Let me play the rest of this.
Welcome to the world of being a woman, Stephen A. And how you have to dance about your word choice and you have to please everybody and anybody as you navigate your being. We are talking about the world's greatest
How about being a
athlete
black man?
Here they go. Man. They finna outwoke each other. God dang.
1 second.
Have you?
Talking about, come on. I thought I was gonna agree with y'all. You got 3 out of the 4 people on this panel that are black, and 2 out of the 4 panel are women, and they having a woke Olympics. Being black. Shannon Sharp, you got the biggest podcast in America. What are you talking about? Being black. I gotta You say whatever you want, bro. Look at your success. Stephen A. probably make $10 million a year doing stuff. God dang it. Why do y'all gotta be woke all the time? Being black, you gotta. No, you don't. Everybody on TV black, man. God dang, man. I don't get it, man. God dang.
This is what I'm saying to y'all, though, and I know we got to go to break. And we didn't necessarily go there, and maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. When you no. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are going to say and Stephen A., I know you're going to, you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. That's game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
And this right here, this is the part that made me fucking snap on Facebook about this topic. Where the fuck do y'all come off thinking we're asking y'all to baby her? Ain't nobody asking y'all to baby her. That was a cheap shot. So much so that from what I heard, she couldn't even play the next game. I guess because she was too sore or hurt or whatever the case may be. Now, if she keeps getting blinded shots like that and she falls the wrong way or ends up getting a really bad injury where it's sustained and who knows, have her out for the rest of the season, what you think gonna happen to them to those viewers? What you think gonna happen to those viewers? Your views are gonna take a nosedive. Straight nosedive. Like, do y'all know that the Indiana Fever are only 2-9, but they're selling more tickets than any other team in the WNBA right now? All the other teams' ticket sales have gone up, and it's been because of Caitlin Clark. It has nothing to do with the rookie class. Y'all can sit over here and try to rant all you want about how good y'all think Angel Reese is, bro. Angel Reese ain't all that. Let's keep it a buck. She more busy trying to be a celebrity than a bad basketball star. She just another big man, quote unquote. Cause I follow the WNBA somewhat well. There's a player by the name of, I want to say Daladon or something. She's a big girl, but her basketball skills are the equivalent of a guard. Think Kevin Durant-ish type. Angel Reese ain't that, bro. Let's keep it moving, man.
Because it's long overdue, it begs the question, why the hell didn't it arrive earlier? Because you didn't have Caitlin Clark earlier. Now, what's the difference between her and a Diana Taurasi or a Sue Bird or Brianna Stewart or somebody else or UNESCO or somebody? Y'all talk about that. The fact of the matter is, the kind of stuff that's happening and has been happening over the last few months is because of Caitlin Clark. It'll be unpopular now, but I don't give a damn because it's a fact. Where are the ladies? The sport, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about in the past when it wasn't as popular. The men have their sports. Do you know why men's sports became exponentially more popular? Because of women. It was more women watching NBA games. It was more women watching NFL games. That's how it became more popular. Well, ladies, if you helped the NFL get more popular and you helped the NBA get more popular, how come you didn't help the WNBA get more popular?
Oh, yeah, I'm waiting on this one. Yep.
As we get started to talk about this hot topic, that is Caitlin Clark, let's put it in its proper perspective. The Indiana Fever rookie was fouled Saturday night by Chicago Sky guard Kennedy Carter on an inbounds play. The foul was later upgraded to a flagrant 1 violation after league review the very next day. Fever head coach Christy Side said she's been sending plays to the league for review when asked about the treatment of her star rookie. The play itself and overall treatment of Clark has had social media buzzing. We've all been buzzing about it, okay? But there was another individual that was buzzing about it for a different reason, and that's my boy Matt Barnes from the All the Smoke podcast. He weighed in on it this weekend, and before I do anything, I want to show you what he had to say. Check out his thoughts.
There's a hot topic going on right now. Caitlin Clark says she got cheap shotted against the Sky. I mean, throughout the season, she's been getting beat up. Hard screens, elbows, knocked down. It is what it is. She's not the first. She won't be the last. My issue and my question is, where the fuck are her teammates at? Where y'all at? Where the rest of the Indiana Fever at? I've seen a couple girls smirk when she's got knocked down, half-assed to pick her up. Like, y'all supposed to protect the asset, protect the star. And all this is the team. She's the star. You always protect your star. I was someone who protected the stars. You fuck with Cole, CP, Blake, list goes on. It's going to be a problem because you guys are supposed to be a family. And you wonder why you sit at the bottom of the league right now is because y'all don't protect each other, man. Coach don't do shit about it. Players don't do shit about it. Y'all should be ashamed of it. But the rest of the league is going to continue to test her. And that's what they're supposed to do. It's your guys' fucking job to have her back and have each other's back. Got to do better, ladies.
I 1,000% agree with Matt Barnes.
And so do I. I agree with them 1,000% on that because if you notice, the teammate that helped her get up, it kind of came off a little bit like a days ago. Like, honestly, if I was your teammate and I literally just witnessed that happen right in front of me, honestly, knowing the kind of person I am, I probably would have tackled that. I would have tackled that female. Y'all know what I wanted to say. Knowing me, knowing the type of mentality I got and the way I am, once I would have saw you do that, oh yeah, I would have chucked that ball and straight Batista spine busted her ass. I'm so serious, bro. You ain't about to sit over here and just think you gonna bully my teammates. I don't give a damn if she a star or not. You're not gonna bully my teammates, period. And that just goes to show you, bro, that's when I knew, okay, there is really some genuine resentment for this woman. Because even your own teammates don't even come off like they really got your back. And that's really sad. And I'm going to be showing y'all a clip later on of a female who used to play, and she speaks on this. But before I do that, I want y'all to see the stats that Stephen A brings up. Check this out.
Why the hell didn't it arrive earlier? Because you didn't have Caitlin Clark earlier. Now, what's the difference between her and a Diana Taurasi or a Sue Bird or Brianna Stewart or somebody else or UNESCO or somebody? Y'all talk about that. The fact of the matter is, the kind of stuff that's happening and has been happening over the last few months is because of Caitlin Clark. I got some of the stats in front of me to validate it. Because you see, I bring receipts. And I'll get to why I'm really pissed off in a few minutes. WNBA Draft 2024 drew 2.446 million viewers to ESPN on Monday night, making it the most watched draft in WNBA history. Who's the number one overall pick? Huh, Aaron? Who's the number one overall pick? Say it louder. Caitlin Clark, the number one overall pick. This is coincidence, huh? It's just coincidence, huh? Of course it's not. Highest rated draft in history because of Caitlin Clark. WNBA TV ratings for this season. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know it skyrocketed? ABC announced it had its most viewed opening weekend doubleheader ever, with 2 games combining to average 1.5 million viewers. That marks a 143% increase from a WNBA doubleheader on ABC a year ago. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? Well, you know it now. Last stat, just to throw this out there. Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever has been involved in 3, now mind you, the same Indiana team that started out 1-7. The same Indiana team that lost their first 3 of their four games of the season. The same Indiana Fever that has the second worst record in WNBA basketball right now. The only team worse than them in the entire league is the Washington Mystics, who are winless in 8 games. The second worst team in the league is the Indiana Fever, led by Caitlin Clark. Did you know that the Fever has been involved in 3 of the 4 TV games that have garnered 1.3 million average viewers this season? Entering this past weekend. These are the most watched WNBA games. Are you ready for this? In over 2 decades. The Indiana Fever, 2-9. By the way, Indiana's a small market. It ain't New York City. Ain't LA. Ain't Chicago. It's not the Sky. It's not the Liberty. It's not the Sparks. We're talking about the Indiana Fever, led by a girl that was playing at Iowa. It's producing the most watched WNBA games in over 2 decades.
And then you got Angel Reese popping out talking about some, it's not just her, it's the whole rookie class. Bullshit. The stats don't support that. They don't support it one bit. And to be brutally honest, outside of you and Caitlin Clark, I'm not even familiar with the rest of the draft class. And the only reason why I'm familiar with you is because your rivalry with Caitlin Clark and the fact that you wanted to sit up here and be arrogant and play victim at the same time. And just like some of these idiots that be sitting over here watching this shit, they fail for it. Now I'm going to show you that next clip that I was talking about a woman who used to play in college ball, about that jealousy that I was talking about. Check this out.
Guys, I'm Rachel Demita and welcome to the Courtside Club. Today's video is going to be a bit of a rant. I don't even have my laptop open for this one. I'm not going to be showing you guys videos or reading articles. I'm just going to get some things off of my chest. I've been pretty silent over the past week or so with all the news surrounding Caitlin Clark and all of the dirty plays and hard fouls being committed on her. But I feel like it's gotten pretty absurd, and it's honestly downright embarrassing to see how the WNBA and the media coverage of the WNBA is playing out. I'm sure you guys have seen the viral clips of the dirty plays and hard fouls being committed against Caitlin Clark. We have seen players on opposing teams celebrating when Caitlin Clark gets thrown to the ground. This is what the media is highlighting because whether you guys like it or not, Caitlin Clark is the reason that a lot of these new fans are watching the WNBA. And anybody saying, oh, it's the rookie class, no, it's not. It's Caitlin Clark. I was slow to make that judgment that like, oh, every player in the WNBA is jealous of Caitlin Clark. But after seeing what we've been seeing over the past days, weeks, and months, I changed my mind about that. And at this point, I'm not even just embarrassed of the way that the WNBA is acting toward their new superstar who has opened so many doors for so many of these girls. I'm also embarrassed of just us women. What I'm now seeing transpiring on television is also something that I experienced myself. And it's something that I've actually said for years, even from my own basketball career, is women would rather lose a game and make sure that their star player that they're jealous of doesn't play well by not passing her the ball, sabotaging her. They would rather lose a game and see their star not play well than win a game and their star have a great game. I know from personal experience, the better that you get, the more hate, jealousy, pettiness will come your way. And a lot of times it comes from other women being insecure in themselves. There can be women who are older than you, better than you on your team, but if they see that you are a young star and you're doing really well, they will do whatever they can do to sabotage your success. Women will spend more time trying to sabotage someone else than lifting up themselves and making themselves a better player. And I have not only felt this in basketball, but also in the workplace. There is a reason that I'm not friends with a lot of women in the broadcasting and media space, because there's a ton of pettiness in that space as well. And I've always said that I hope when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I've been in this industry as long as I have, I don't treat the younger girls and women coming up in this space how I was treated when I was young and up and coming in the media landscape. But when it comes back to a basketball landscape, it is something where I think it strikes a chord with me because I felt it on such a personal level. It's so disappointing to me to see that this feels like, to me, old school women's basketball, the kind of basketball that I experienced growing up, the kind of things that I experienced growing up. The better that I got, the more I was bullied. The better I got, the more I was sabotaged. That doesn't make sense. And I'm obviously like, this is a much smaller scale. I was never as good as Caitlin Clark. I did play Division I, but I would tell you guys, the biggest reason that I quit playing basketball in college is because all of these negative things that were happening to me and around my team, the toxicity within my team and my coaching staff and all of that was not worth it. I didn't love basketball enough. Like, to me, that wasn't worth it. I didn't want to play professional. So I was like, you know what? Y'all can have it. I don't need to be a part of this. I was the lowest I had ever been in college as far as just unhappiness, depression, feeling so alone in college. Like, these are things that I experienced. And so I'm seeing it happen to Caitlin. And I think that's maybe why it bothers me so much. And it also bothers me because as somebody who wants to see women's basketball succeed, it's really sad that the WNBA, with all of this hype leading into it, has turned into a reality show on Bravo. Honestly, the clips that we're seeing, we're not seeing great plays happen. We're seeing all these fights now. But the media is doing what the media is going to do. All of these things are getting engagement. They're getting hype. I'm talking about it. So that's what we're highlighting. So is that what the WNBA is going to turn into? I think there's far too much talent in this league for it to turn into that. And you're also giving ammo, us women are giving ammo to men who want to hate on the league. That's all that's happening right there. So it's so frustrating in a sense, and it's so embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Now, I 100% agree that it is embarrassing, but I 0% agree, or should I just say I disagree, that it's ammo for men that want to hate on the league. Men do not want to hate on the league. We actually want to see it succeed because we're tired of y'all crying about it. We're tired of y'all nagging about how y'all ain't making enough. And then when y'all have a particular player with a particular skill set that is very popular in today's game of basketball, and this is how she's being treated, what do you expect? What do you expect men to say? Because men are looking at it like, damn, this is the opportunity for the WNBA to be elevated to where they want to be. And here y'all are self-sabotaging and shooting yourselves in the foot all over resentment and envy and jealousy. And then men like Charles Barkley, Matt Barnes, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A, these guys look like the bad guy and they look like they're coming to beat a white knight, which that's another story for another day. But long story short, there's a brother out here that thinks black men are coming to her aid just because she's white, which is a load of crap. And shout out to Joshua Smith for sending me that video. I'll probably do a live reaction to that later because it involves Cynthia G, because I guess he was a fan of hers. I know, that's crazy. But this has nothing to do with giving men ammo. All we're telling y'all is look at the big picture and milk it for what it's worth, so that way use her to elevate everybody else. Men are thinking about the long game. Y'all are the ones over here in y'all fucking feelings about this. And again, anybody who want to sit over here and try to say that wasn't a cheap shot, or want to sit over here and defend this shit, whatever, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.